This is Major Tom 2 Ground Control. I'm stepping out the door with some Wildstar knowledge. Today we're going to discuss the weaponized healers known as the medics. Lyat, do medics really need their own video? Well, yes, because the lore behind them in Wildstar is actually pretty great. They are crazy. These are not your fun time, happy, heal everybody medics. No, these guys provide service with a smile and a pair of shocking medical pads called resonators. Medics dual wield a pair of resonators, which are basically shock paddles on steroids. Capable of stopping or starting a heart at a distance, they are one of the most useful surgical weapons ever invented, and I do use the word weapon rather than tool. Resonators can generate large swaths of energy fields capable of healing or harming allies and enemies within their range. They are pretty useful little tools. Furthermore, medics can bring probes to the battlefield, little AI bots that provide healing, damage buffs, debuffs, and explosions. Yes, you heard me correctly, explosions! These things are capable of detonating and hurting people. Medics, of course, wear medium armor because they want to be a little bit more sturdier than the damage classes while being a little bit lighter than the tank classes, because medics are not tanks. They need to be able to get into the main combat, but they don't want to stay there. They want to heal their teammates and then get the hell out. There are two races restricted from this class, the Draken and the Aran. They are not permitted to take medic because the Draken believe that the curing of the wounded is actually a crime punishable by permanent maiming. Yeah, they're not really into the whole medic thing. Meanwhile, Arans are too busy worrying about heart rot and blight to give any attention to a bullet wound. They are far more caring about their plants than they are other sapient beings. Now, you might have gotten the idea earlier that medics are healing and range DPS. Range DPS sounds a little weird for a medic, but there you go, that's actually what they are in this game. A medic's unique class resource are actuators. Actuators are spent on more powerful abilities and slowly refill over time, or by using abilities that generate power charges. Their innate ability, Energize, also immediately fills all 4 of their actuator cores on activation. So if things are a little dire, they can immediately hit that button, they get all their actuators back, and they can dump a bunch of powerful abilities at once. It's a very good panic button, and it works pretty well. So let's talk about a healing medic. Okay, so a healing medic is going to want to get equipment that gives them insight, moxie, and brutality for support power, critical chance rating, critical severity rating, and strike through. These are very important for a medic because the critical chance rating and the critical severity rating also apply to heals. Support power also applies to heals, so they're going to want to be buffing that up as much as possible. Brutality doesn't really help them all that much with the strike through, but the critical severity is very, very important to them as opposed to pretty much any other stat in the game. Medics take center stage when it comes to their healing potential, capable of keeping individuals and the entire party at tippy-top shape with their fields and their probes. They can heal injuries and restore shield power at range, and even pull party members out of risky situation with an interesting pull ability that they have. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but they can actually pull 2 people to them to pull them out of a splat or out of a stunt. It's actually a really neat skill, and I'm surprised other games don't have something like it. Now, ranged DPS. Yes, they can actually do this. A medic who goes for ranged DPS should take Tech, Moxie, and Brutality for assault power, again, critical chance rating and critical severity rating, and strike through. Strike through is important with ranged DPS because they can actually do damage this time. The assault power increases their damage, and of course, if you're going to be dealing damage, if you're going to be doing DPS, you want to be critting as much as possible. Medic DPS really shines in their crowd control prowess. They are capable of locking down and debuffing large swaths of foes, all while dealing damage to the hapless idiots. Never piss off a medic in Wildstar. They will euthanize you with a smile on their face, and not in the gentle, quietly in your sleep way. No, no, no. They'll do it in the screaming with an active electric diode in your mouth way. They are not friendly people. They are there to heal their allies and beat the crap out of you with their resonators. They are not good people. Honestly, with medic DPS, I think the best way to manage them is a hybrid rather than full DPS. You go with partial healing to help the main healer in your party while you do lockdown and other things to help the party out. I don't think medic DPS is super sustainable compared to the other DPS classes. They do have some really good perks, but they're going to be outdone by your stalkers, by your spell slingers. They're not the best at this particular role. They can do it, they're just not the best at it. And that about wraps it up for the medics. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you feel like I missed anything important, please let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to learn more about the medic class or just more about Wildstar, I highly recommend you check out the Wildstar wiki by clicking the link in the description or by going to wildstar.gamepedia.com. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to show us your support, and I'll see you all next time.